You never see it on the news. No soldiers crossing borders. No formal declarations of war. And yet, every single night, satellites track missiles streaking across the dark sky. Hackers wage battles behind computer screens, and secret agents vanish into the shadows of foreign cities. This isn't a war of tanks and trenches, of grand armies clashing on open fields. This is a shadow war fought, silently, relentlessly, between Iran and Israel, and it is shaping the very future of the Middle East. To truly understand this invisible conflict, we have to journey back to 1979. This was the year the Islamic Revolution swept through Iran, forever changing the geopolitical landscape. The nation's new leadership didn't just see Israel as a neighboring state. They declared it a fundamental enemy, a symbol of Western influence planted in the heart of the Middle East. From that pivotal moment, Iran's foreign policy shifted dramatically. The goal became confrontation, but not through a conventional head-on war. Instead, they chose a strategy of influence, a war fought by other means. So, what was Iran's strategy? It was to build a network of powerful allies, or proxies, right on Israel's borders. Think of Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza. These groups were armed, funded, and trained by Tehran, not necessarily to launch a full-scale invasion, but to apply constant, draining pressure. Every rocket fired from Lebanon or Gaza, every skirmish on the border, carried Tehran's shadow signature. Israel, in turn, responded with its own brand of warfare. Precision air, surgical operations aimed at intercepting weapons, convoys, and destroying launch sites before they could be used. And so began a silent, vicious cycle of attack and retaliation unseen by most of the world, but relentless for those living in its path. When the devastating civil war erupted in Syria, Iran saw a golden opportunity. By throwing its support behind President Assad, Iran gained more than just an ally. It secured a land bridge, a strategic corridor stretching from Tehran all the way to Israel's doorstep. This gave them unprecedented access to establish bases and move military assets. But Israel was watching, its intelligence services monitoring every move. In the years that followed, hundreds of airstrikes, often unattributed, hammered Iranian convoys, weapons, depots, and military bases across Syria. Each strike was precise, each was officially denied. But the satellite imagery and intelligence analysts told the real story. The shadow war was expanding, and Syria had become its most volatile front. The next battlefield wasn't fought on land or in the sky, it was waged with lines of code. The world got a glimpse of this new frontier with the Stuxnet virus, a sophisticated cyber weapon widely believed to be a joint American-Israeli operation. It infiltrated and crippled Iranian nuclear facilities, setting their program back years without a single shot being fired. Iran, a formidable cyber power in its own right, retaliated. They launched their own hacks, targeting critical Israeli infrastructure water systems, power grids, and government websites. There were no bullets, no screaming headlines, just invisible damage and a chilling realization of a new kind of vulnerability in the age of digital warfare. Then, the conflict descended even deeper into the shadows, into the world of covert operations. Mysterious explosions began to rock secret Iranian military and nuclear facilities. Top nuclear scientists were assassinated on the streets of Tehran in brazen, daylight attacks. No one ever claimed responsibility, but the message was crystal clear, delivered with lethal precision. Each side was demonstrating its reach, its intelligence capabilities, and its willingness to escalate all, without ever formally declaring war. It was a deadly conversation held in whispers and explosions, a testament to how far both were willing to go. Today, both nations walk a razor's edge, locked in a high-stakes strategic standoff. Iran continues to strengthen its regional alliances and advance its military technology. Israel, meanwhile, pours resources into its multi-layered defense systems, like the Iron Dome, while forging new diplomatic and security partnerships across the globe. Missiles are tested, advanced drones patrol the skies, and every military maneuver is a carefully calibrated warning to the other side. The entire region holds its breath, knowing that this precarious balance could be shattered by a single miscalculation. One misstep that could ignite an open, devastating conflict. But even in the tense quiet, the shadow war never truly stops. It adapts, it evolves, and it continues to be fought in the margins, away from the public eye. Because in our modern world, the most dangerous and consequential wars are often the ones that no one is willing to admit they are fighting. Iran versus Israel, a conflict unseen by many, but deeply felt by all who live in the heart of the Middle East. And it continues until one day, peace finds its way into the light. Thank you for watching. If you found this exploration insightful, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more deep dives into the forces shaping our world.